internet, which used to be a fairly lively place a couple of decades ago, and it is considerably less so now, are you worried that they're still determined to restrict any honest discussion of these subjects?
Yeah, they absolutely are. As you've mentioned, I was actually deplatformed from Instagram with 67,000 followers. I went to a lot of the anti-lockdown and anti-mandate protests. I put pictures up. They got pulled down off the internet. I still know a lot of people now who have to speak in a kind of code. They can't say vaccine injury. They have to say the injury from the medical procedure. So there's still a lot of code words because you will get flagged immediately. The last ban I had on Twitter was for 24 hours. That was for asking why. And by the way, I'm so glad these people are getting the compensation that they deserve. It's not enough, but I'm glad they're getting something and it's being acknowledged. But I said, why are the big pharma companies not paying this out? Why are they indemnified? Why is it the taxpayers paying for something people were coerced into? I got banned on for that for 24 hours. But I was completely taken off Instagram because, I questioned masks. I said, I don't believe masks are going to stop a virus. I said the lockdowns will hurt the economy more than the lives that they'll save. And I said, I don't know the long-term effects of the vaccine. I don't want it. There could be all sorts of side effects. And, that was a long time ago. I got completely wiped off Instagram. And I can't get my account back, even though we know this all to be true. I mean, like you said, people are getting vaccine damage payouts now. So it's a fact that people still have to speak in code. And the craziest thing about it is there's videos up of Biden all over the internet still saying, if you get the COVID vaccine, you will not catch COVID. You will be okay, right? That's still up there. That's not flat misinformation. And then you have people that say, but nobody said you won't catch COVID. It will just be a lesser version. No. Not flagged as misinformation. So if I was to say, masks work, lockdowns work, the vaccine is safe, I'll have no flags and I could be on Instagram happily ever after and all the other social media with no issues at all.
But you know what's wrong here, Leilani? And everything you've said is quite correct. But for some reason, you are regarded as the problem. You're a thought criminal. We've embraced the thinking of communist dictatorships. All your positions are incredibly reasonable. And likewise, some person says, well, I hear what you're saying about the mask, but I'd just feel a bit safer if I went into the supermarket with my mask on. That's reasonable too. But only one side of it gets banned. Virginia Lamb, who was on this show yesterday, who's got Guillain-Barré syndrome, and she spent the first year basically thinking she caught this from the vaccines, and she thought she was all alone. Because if you go on the internet to see if anyone else is talking about that, they've all been blocked and cancelled and shut down by Twitter and Facebook and Google. Only one side gets shut down.
Absolutely. And I had a plumber over my house today, a Tyler. He was doing the bathroom. He told me that after his second or third jab, he got Bell's palsy within a couple of days. So, it's happening, it's out there. But as you said, there's only one side that's allowed to put their side across. So these aren't, and it's not fact checkers. They're against the narrative checkers. They're opinion censors. They're not fact checkers because these aren't facts. It's come out now that you couldn't say that there was a possibility that the COVID came from Wuhan, but it's more than likely that happened. It came out of Wuhan University. It's more than likely that was the case. But they haven't corrected anything. You've still got misinformation banners there. People were still censored, and it's not just the likes of me. It's cardiologists, epidemiologists, lawyers like Robert F. Kennedy. They've all been censored. And the thing is you've got these fact checkers that are supported and funded by Soros, Facebook, Google. You've got all of them, and now they're trying to lobby the government to pass and put medical disinformation into the online harm bill. So that's going to mean that maybe I wouldn't just get censored, I'd actually get fined, or it would be seen as criminal for me to have said what I've said that now comes out to be true. So you can't lump science into protecting children, because I'm all for the online harm bill if it's simply to protect children. But it's not. It's to stop speech. And these people like, factcheck.org and all of the rest of them, trying to stop us being able to speak harms everything. And, this online harms bill is just so dangerous to free speech.